Darlinghurst co-founder and principal songwriter and Golden Guitar winner Jason Resch has returned this year with his compelling new single, Does It Mean That It's Over, which I played just a few seconds ago, marking an exciting new chapter in his musical journey. The song showcases Resch's signature storytelling and emotive songwriting as he steps into the spotlight once again with fresh purpose and perspective as he establishes his identity as a solo artist while delivering a sound that is authentic, distinctive and unmistakably his own. For those who don't know, Jason is a Melbourne-based singer, songwriter, musician and producer whose career spans UK pop, Nashville songwriting rooms and the Australian country music charts. He is an accomplished Australian artist, Brit Award-winning and Ivor Novello-nominated songwriter, musician and record producer whose career spans multiple genres and continents. At just 18 years of age, Jason moved to the UK and joined the production team Xenomania, co-writing Girls Aloud's Brit Award-winning hit The Promise, along with Alessia Dixon's international hit The Boy Does Nothing, and the Saturday's UK top 5 single All Fired Up. His work also includes collaborations with Kylie Minogue, playing guitar on Gabriella Kilme's Sweet About Me, and contributing to the Pet Shop Boys Grammy-nominated album Yes. Jason was a founding member of the country music group Darlinghurst, and he co-wrote, co-produced and performed on their self-titled debut album, which included 4 number-one country radio singles and went to number 1 on the ARIA Country Album Chart, while the band went on to win New Talent of the Year at the 2022 Golden Guitar Awards. I have fond memories of when Jason and the other members of Darlinghurst were my studio guests back in September of 2019 and performed some of their great songs live to air. And man, I got to tell you, the hair stood up on the back of my neck when I sat here and listened to those 4-part harmonies. Brilliant, tight harmonies here in the studio. Amazing stuff, so memorable. Something I'll never forget. Jason has now embarked on a bold new chapter as a solo artist, bringing his unique voice and songwriting to the forefront. I'm thoroughly delighted to have him standing by on the phone waiting to have a chat with me, so allow me to bring him on air right away. Hello, Jason, how are you?
Oh, fine, thanks, Harry. How are you?
I'm great. All the better for hearing your dulcet tones.
Thank you for having me, as always. Thank you.
And look, I welcome you again to the Country Club, this time on your own. It's great to have you on the show. I've been so looking forward to it. But let's get into it. Tell us the story behind Does It Mean That It's Over? What a great song. Man, that's absolute songwriting at its best. Did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write?
I wrote that song and produced it myself. It was I wrote it sort of around the time of the my debut single, Talk of the Town. Yeah, so around the same time as the songs were kind of written. But yeah, I was sort of going, I guess, through a bit of a, just sort of, personal things and just trying to, come to terms with that. And
Okay.
sort of in that period, I guess, like, those sort of songs sort of, I guess they sort of came out from those sort of things. But, a lot of times when people ask me what the song's about, because I sort of don't really, a lot of times I don't really know myself. I don't like try to get too analytical about it. I just sort of go on feelings and stuff. But hopefully when people hear the songs like it, that it, elicits I guess something that's, something that they can relate to and hopefully with this particular song feel comfort from,
Yeah. All right, now this is important. Tell us where people can buy your music.
You can buy it, well, I guess it's just all on streaming at the moment for, until, hopefully down the track there'll be something to release, like an album or something like that. But, just at the moment you find me music on all the streaming platforms and YouTube as well. And,
Okay.
So that's where to find it, and hope you guys enjoy the music.
Absolutely. If you're writing them, I'll play them. Don't worry about that. Now, what was I going to say? Anyway, Are there any plans for an album or an EP anytime soon?
I guess at the moment my focus is just continuing to just make a big body of work and sort of work out, I guess, from when the time feels right to release any more music or an album down the track. So I guess we'll see in the not too distant future. But yeah, at the moment it's just sort of just working towards writing just a lot of songs and see where it goes from there.
Okay, all right. Because if and when you do put out an album or an EP, whatever, I've got to get my hands on it because I've only got two of your songs in my playlist at the moment, and I need more. So, when that comes out, I'm
working on it, Harry. So
yeah, look, I'm not trying to put you under pressure or anything. Just let it flow. Let nature take its course. But what I'm saying is, if and when, not if, but when, it comes to fruition, I'm looking forward to it, and I will play it. So no problem there.
Appreciate it, Harry. Always, appreciate your support over the years, and we'll see what the future brings. Really.
Yeah, no worries at all. But in the meantime, I've got other stuff. Some of your earlier stuff with Darlinghurst that I've got plenty of at the moment, and I play that. It gets regular airplay. But now, we were talking off air about some of the promo vision that you put together at a little town called Murtoa. That not a lot of people have heard about, but it's got this massive shed that's got a hell of a history to it. But you had a lot of like a video or photos taken inside the shed. How did that come about?
Yeah, we were looking for a location to shoot the music video for the debut single, so the Talk of the Town, and the manager and the video director, I forget who it was, but mentioned the stick shed in Matoa, and I've honestly never heard of it beforehand. But I looked at the pictures and I was blown away by the looks of it. And then you arrive there, and it is just it's just something else to see in person. So so we did the shoot there, and just couldn't believe just the architecture of it and the history of it. And apparently that was the small one. They had a bigger one that they took down a little while ago. So pretty amazing place.
It is. Yeah. and they call it the stick shed because they cut down a whole bunch of trees, and they use the trunks for the support, And there's hundreds of them in that shed,
Yeah, there was quite a few. I sort of lost count. Not that I was consciously counting, but couldn't help but see how many. Unbelievable. So must see if all the listeners out there that have heard about or think about going down, I must see. It's a fantastic place.
It is, absolutely. I'm with you. I'd recommend anyone, if they're in that area, absolutely drop by Murtoa and spend a couple of hours there having a look around. Lovely little town. It's small, but, it's attractive and it feels good. It's got a good vibe to it,
Whether you just dropping by or, spend a couple of days. It's good. It was a great day that day. I'll put it that way.
And it's a good area too. I mean, there's other towns nearby that you can go to, well worth a visit as well. So it's a good day out, I think. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about back to you. So what actually, in the first place, drew you to the music industry?
I don't really know what drew me to the music industry. It was just more getting drawn to the music side of things, and then I guess things along the way, kind of opportunities opened up and things like that. So it kind of just sort of happened. Thinking about the music thing first, and then fortunate enough to have these opportunities be presented that I took on, and sort of got me it's led to where I'm today. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a lot of wild rides, ups and downs and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's making great music. As good as I can. That's still my intention and what drives me.
Fair enough. Now you've put your finger in many pies, like genre-wise. You've done pop and rock, and but you've not recently, but you have turned your attention to country music. I just wonder, how did that come about? How did you, a musician of your calibre, I don't think you nailed down to one genre. You know what I mean? I mean you are talented enough to pretty much pick up any genre and play well. But I just wonder, I'm curious why or how you got into country music. So what drew you to that?
I guess that was another sort of natural occurrence. I guess like with country music, like my mum and dad always had it playing when I was a kid.
Okay.
Like more the older, like Don Gibson and Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and all that. And and my first concert I ever went to was the Highwaymen. That was in 1995.
Okay.
Rod Laver.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's always sort of been around, and then it was sort of the last sort of when I left the UK, I was listening a lot more to country music or guitar based music, and just sort of found my love for it again, and then that took me to Nashville, and then that took me then to the opportunity with the Darlinghurst thing,
Okay.
and the genre thing I don't really like. I just sort of at the end of the day just try and write as good music as I can, and I sort of let it take its natural course, I guess, with what it sounds like, what people think of it.
That's actually, I think that's a good way to go. Let nature take its course, because I think that gets you the best result, in the end. I think anyway. How long did you actually spend in the UK? I mean, you went over there when you were 18, which was, that's mind-boggling. I can't imagine when I was 18, getting on a plane and heading to the UK. But how long did you spend in the UK, or how long were you there?
I was there for almost 4 years, and then I left and went to the States. I had my mind on Los Angeles, and I hadn't checked out Nashville at the time, but I visited Nashville a couple of times. And on the second trip I was there, I decided to stay put in Nashville for a little bit, or be sort of a place where I'd go to. And that was for another 4 years too. There, sort of back and forth to Nashville and just doing things.
It sounds to me like a bit of an adventure, actually. Cause I'm a little bit envious, that I would have loved to have done something like that had I had the opportunity. But I don't regret the path I've taken. But you know what I mean? It's just looking at other people who sort of think, oh yeah, I wish I'd have done that.
I think that's probably very normal. There's things that I look at other people that you admire what they do, and you think about it yourself, like, oh, I wish I maybe would have done that, or this and that. But it's just one of those things, I guess, that I don't regret a lot of sacrifices that came with the path I've taken. But you just try and just make the best choices, I guess, don't you? And focus on what you want to achieve and do, and where you want to be, and just
fair enough. Now, I like to ask some silly questions sometimes, but and this is one of them. And you must have so many of these, but what do you regard as your most memorable experience so far as a performer?
There's a few. Nothing sort of beats, I guess, when you look out to an audience and they're singing your song, like
okay,
and not just the chorus, but like just when they know they're singing from top to bottom the song, and that really moves you. As if you're a songwriter and all that, that's it means that something that you've done has resonated with them emotively,
Yeah.
and that's to me that's what it's all about, is evoking emotion.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, and another thing I'd be interested in, who do you regard, who do you regard as being your main influences? Because I mean, we're all influenced, as musicians. We carry influences that we took on, and I think that applies to all of us. So, I'm just curious what you think or what you regard as being your main influences.
My main influence, like I'd have to say, would be Elvis Presley, because he got me, just when I was very young, I just like watching him and it sort of just made me mind up what I wanted to do, and be a musician, and so yeah, Elvis, that's sort of the main thing. My favourite bands is AC/DC, so they've been a massive influence on me as well.
Excellent.
And, but yeah, then it just goes, it just branches out to other, things and genres and all that. But yeah, they're sort of the main two. Yeah.
Well, I reckon as influences go, they don't come any better than that. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Okay, look, we're just about out of time, Jason. Unfortunately, I'd love to keep talking with you, but I'm sure, I'm hoping that we can get to do this again in the near future. Maybe when your next single comes out, or whatever product you put out on the market, I can get you on air and have a chat with you about it. Look, I take thank you so much for taking the time to have this chat with me on air today, and I do appreciate it very much.
I appreciate you, Harry. Thanks for the support over the years, and thank you for having me on the show, and great to talk to you again.
Absolutely, you're welcome, mate. I'm all about promoting good Aussie talent. You tick that box nicely. So, and going back to 2019 when you were in the studio with me, I was super impressed. Just your guitar playing was spot on, and you're part of the harmonies. It's just it ticked all the boxes, mate. You know what I mean? It's good, professional, competent musicianship. So, and that always impresses me. I reckon you did a good job, and you will continue to do so. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Oh, thank you. No, appreciate it, Harry.
All right, no worries, mate. I'll sign off now. And again, thank you so much, and look forward to doing it again sometime. In the meantime, keep on keeping on, and I wish you all the best. And have some great gigs, no doubt coming up, and do it right, mate.
I'll try my best, mate. But yeah, we'll see. We'll look forward to catching you down the road anyway, Harry.
No worries, mate. Thank you again, and we'll see you again real soon.
See you soon. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye for now, Jason.